I got past Sensei escaped in the night, and I'll defeat you too. Albert, they're here. Hi friends, welcome to another episode of Adventures with Miss K. Welcome back to another episode of Adventures with Miss K. Albert and I missed you since the last time we saw you, but we're so happy to see you now. Today we're talking about sounds. Sounds. We are talking about sounds. And we are so excited to be talking about sounds. I know earlier this week you got to see a video talking about how sound works and all the cool things with that. I'm so excited. I have a surprise for you today. I didn't even tell you all, and I didn't tell Albert either. Albert wants to know what it is. Are you ready? I have some friends who are musicians who are so excited, and they're going to tell us about their instruments, and they're going to tell us about the sound it makes and even play us a little something. So are you ready? Let's listen.
Hey everyone, my name is Sam, and I play this instrument called the clarinet. It looks like this. It's tall, skinny, black, cylindrical instrument with lots of tiny keys. There's a whole bunch of them, and every different key makes a different sound on the instrument. Some of you might know this instrument if you've ever seen the show SpongeBob, because Squidward plays it, but it's actually much better sounding than he plays it in the show. So I thought I would play you guys a little song that I'm working on for a recital that I'm going to play, and let you hear some of the ways that the clarinet sounds.
My name is Patrick, and I'm about to show you the keyboard. Just like a piano, it has many keys. And instead of when I hit a key, instead of it hitting a string, what it does is it tells a little computer in here to make a sound. And I can play really soft sounds or louder sounds. And that's because depending on how hard I hit the key, it sends a different message to the computer inside the instrument. So a cool thing with keyboards also is that you can change the noises. So here I have a cool, like, just regular piano, but if I switch this to click organ, I don't know what that sounds like. Pretty cool, right? Tons of different options too. I'm not pressing on the pedal. Kind of short. Whenever I lift my finger off the key, it stops playing. But if I'm holding down the pedal, it doesn't matter when I take my finger off the key. It keeps ringing. But a cool thing is, if I'm playing a note, the sound stops as soon as I take my feet off the pedal.
Hello, my name is Jackie. I am 20 years old, and I go to music school where I study the viola. So the viola is kind of the middle sibling of the string instruments. It's not quite as high as the violins, but it's not as low as the cellos or the basses. So it has a very nice, mellow, calming sound, which is what drew me to it. I started playing the viola when I was in middle school, and I've just been in love with it for as long as I've been playing. There are lots of different ways that you can make sound with this instrument, but two of the main ways are with the bow and then with your fingers. So I'll start out with the bow. In order to make sound with the bow, in the most common way that we learn, you take the hair of the bow and you pull it across these strings. Now you can either play one string at a time, or you can play more than one. So I'm gonna just play with the bow for a little bit so you can see what that sounds like.
this is an instrument called the soprano saxophone. And it's a member of the woodwind family, which means that you see this little wooden piece right here attached to the mouthpiece. It's called a reed. And when I blow air into the horn, that's what vibrates to create a sound. So I'll just play a quick tune called Amazing Grace so you can hear the sound of the saxophone.
Hi everyone, my name is Helen and I play the flute. And it works by the wind that I use in my breath, travels down the length of the flute and produces a vibration that makes the sound. So I also play the harp that produces sound from the vibration made by plucking the strings.
Hello, my name is Dan, and these are some of the instruments that I've been playing. This is called a tambourine, and it sounds like this. And this is a xylophone, and it sounds like this. And over here, we have what's called a vibraphone, which is kind of like the xylophone, except these are made out of metal, and those are made out of wood. And I can hold 4 of these sticks. And this is what this sounds like.
Hi, my name is Jean, and this is a trombone. So, unlike some other instruments you've seen that have buttons, the trombone doesn't have a button. We just have one of these, which is called a slide, and that's how we control what notes we play. Here's what the trombone sounds like. We can also play fun stuff like this.
Hi everyone, my name is Jordan Sherman and my instrument is the oboe. The oboe is a woodwind instrument, which means it is made entirely out of wood and we use wind to play it. Now you can see it also has a ton of metal keys. These metal keys are pressed down to change notes, so we can play fast and we can also play slow. Now, in order to play each note, we blow air through something we call a reed. Now this is a really special type of reed. It's called a double reed, which means that 2 pieces of wood are tied together with some string. And this causes the reed to vibrate, which makes different sounds. The oboe kind of sounds nasally, so it sounds like this. It kind of sounds like you're holding your nose. But it can create a lot of really, really beautiful sounds. In the example that I'm going to play for you now, this is from Peter and the Wolf, and it is the duck theme. You'll notice that the oboe sounds quite a bit like a duck.
my name is Miranda and I'm a musician. The instrument I'm going to talk to you about today is the electric guitar. Now, what makes this guitar electric is that it plugs in to this. This is called an amp. All right, now this is a super tiny one. Usually in big rock and roll bands, okay, they have giant sound amplifiers to make the sound really loud. So the smaller the amp, the smaller the sound, but I don't want to disturb my neighbors. So we have this little plug down here, okay? So the cord's gonna plug into the guitar, and then it's gonna connect to the amp where we plug it in, plug the other end in, and when I turn on the sound, well, before I turn on the sound, we're gonna hear, not very loud, right? We have 6 strings on the guitar. All right, not super loud. Now when I turn the sound on, turn the amp on, we get a different sound. Loud, okay?
Oh my goodness, was that not so fantastic, Albert? Did you all have fun? I had fun, Albert had fun as well, and we have our challenge question for you today. Are you ready? Our challenge question is, what is your favorite instrument that you saw in the video? Which one did you like the most and why? So one of my favorite instruments, I think, was the harp. My friend Helen plays the harp, and I loved how it sounded. It was so pretty. So that was my favorite instrument. Albert, what was your favorite instrument? Albert said his favorite instrument was the guitar that Miranda played, and he wants to be a rock star someday. Very cool, Albert. So tell us, post online, post in the comments, what is your favorite instrument and why is it your favorite? We love to see what you have to say and we can't wait to read them and respond back to you. A special thank you to all of my friends who helped us with this video. Thank you so much for telling us about you and about your instruments and how all of that stuff makes you so special as a person and as a musician. My friends, this has been another episode of Adventures with Miss K, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.